Welcome back to another episode of our Bengals franchise series. It's week 3 of the regular season in 2025, and we're playing against the Minnesota Vikings up in Minnesota. We did get another weekly award. Will Anderson again with a whopping 5 sacks and another forced fumble. They just don't seem to know that they have to block him off the edge. That's the one thing I'm starting to notice, is they do not realize they have to block him off the edge. We do have a D-line breakout, so let's see who this is, and maybe we can get him a development trait upgrade. Will Anderson Jr. just came into my offense and told me to challenge him to anything this week. This is what I was thinking. Look good. 4 tackles for loss goal. Is there a new goal? Sure. 5+ tackles for loss, sacks. Let's do it. If he has another week just like the past few weeks, he's going to get that, right? And if he does, we get X Factor Will Anderson. All right, set focus scouting. We do need wide receivers, so let's do wide receiver for this guy. For this guy. Quarterback, because Jameis is not going to be our forever unless you guys really want him to, and then we can comment that down below if you want Jameis and Winston once we get closer to the draft episodes, and I'll listen to you guys if you guys really want them, but I don't imagine you guys will be so strong against that or for that. Let's see here. I think we're good. We set regional focus scouting, checked out the weekly awards for players ready to negotiate. We have Abdul Carter already wanting to negotiate and no interest in being here. Derrick Henry is on a 1-year deal, so we have to get him back. I'm going to wait and see what his regression might look like. Raheem still, I would want to bring back most likely, and a lot of these other guys, 70s overall and below, I'm not going to be too inclined, but that's rough, needing to sign Abdul Carter. Let's do it early rather than later, because he's going to want a massive offer if we wait. Let's bring him in before he gets too high level-wise. Derrick Henry is wanting a 2-year deal at the age of 31. And I just don't know what regression is going to look like. So I'm not sure if I want to agree to that now. I'd rather wait until further down the road. Let's hop into the game against the Vikings, and I will see you guys there. All right, looks like we're going to be kicking off once again. We won the toss, so let's send it to the Vikings. This stadium is loud and it is beautiful. Let's see if that matters at all for winning the game and the outcome. Turpin on the return there, and they got Mac Jones as their starting quarterback. Interesting choice. Let's see if he's able to decipher the pressures that we're bringing to him. Jahmyr Gibbs at running back. And he's stuffed there by our linebackers. 18 rushes for 92 yards last week. I think I saw Lad McConkey is a superstar wide receiver for them. They got Cameron Sutton as well and Turpin out there. And they got Jahmyr Gibbs doing the Ashton Genty. Knocked that loose by Cheeto. Turpin is too small to be doing jump balls. What are we doing, Mac? Not a whole lot. I mean, George Kittle is someone to worry about because our coverage safeties, like our safeties are really bad at covering. But other than that, Quay Walker on a sack. I'm not too worried about this offense. I think this is going to be a rough day for the Vikings. Our defense is going to get to Mac Jones over and over again. And I don't see how they can stop us. Let's see what they have on the defensive side of things. Got Jameis walking onto the field for the first time. Take it off with our H-back dive that we always do. Let's take a look at this defense. We have an X-Factor, Max Crosby off the edge. They got a couple of superstars on the left side there. It might be Harrison Smith. I don't know who that corner is. Need maybe. And Crosby is going to be a force to reckon with. Darnell Wright's going to have his work cut out for him if Crosby stays on that side the whole time. I'm curious. I think that might be Snead. I don't know. Higgins over the middle. That's going to be easy. Crosby dropping back in coverage might not be the best use of the superstar, but maybe it is. What do I know? Let's run right at him. He's going to get off his block, but we're going to get around him with Derrick Henry, and we're going to get a 5-yard gain on that run. Got to get it out quick, and we get around Harrison Smith. He's going to go for the juke. Does not fool the defender. Kyle Pitts with a huge catch and run. Kyle Pitts can get around the edge. Oh, need on the tackle. I'm going to keep calling him Schneed until I see otherwise. Who else is wearing number 38 and is a superstar cornerback? Derrick Henry over the middle. Harrison Smith, he's pushing the old man forward. Get out the way. Why do people keep doing this with T? What is that? What are we doing? That is stupid. You got Booty. Easy touchdown. Kayshon Booty. He's having a resurgence in his career, right? Started at LSU as a star, going into maybe his junior year as potentially the best wide receiver in his class. And he had some attitude issues and a number of other things. Probably one of the worst number 7s at LSU in some time, I would imagine. And he's come to the Patriots and he's just learned, right? Learned how to be a pro, learned how to be a better wide receiver. Now working with Stephon Diggs, opposite side of him, and he's having a good season, right? He's finally shown his potential. Now he does not look like a wide receiver when you see him in street clothes. Guy kind of looks like a linebacker, but nonetheless, that doesn't matter as long as you show the talent on the field. Pops him, and the ball's loose, and we pick that up. Smith gets drilled. Huge play by the defense or special teams there. And the checkdowns have just been open all game. Dortch makes a man miss and is tackled down at the 2-yard line. And we are in striking distance once again. That's going to do it for the first quarter. So we're going to have to walk 90 yards the other direction, or 100 yards the other direction, down to the 2-yard line. And Jameis just overthrows. It was on the run, but he overthrows the man there. We're going to try to run this with Derrick Henry, right? We're not going to do a Seattle Seahawks Marshawn Lynch in the playoffs. We're just going to take the simple answer, run it with the big motherfucker Derrick Henry. No forced fumble this time, but second quarter and it's 14-0. And the last time the Vikings offense had the ball, they did not look good. Let's see what they can do this time. Since when did Jahmyr Gibbs do that? And Jahad Campbell is behind the line of scrimmage right away. They go empty here. He is drilled right when he throws it, and that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and long for the Minnesota Vikings. And he's hit when he throws once again. Just not able to do anything with the ball so far, Mac Jones. We're going to get the ball back up 14-0, and really everything's been going our way. I think passing is definitely the way we're going to beat this team. They seem to be doing pretty good stopping us run-wise. That's not going to mean that we're not going to run Derrick Henry. We obviously ran it for a touchdown last drive, but they're doing a rather good job holding him in check. And instantly off his block is Max Crosby. That move was crazy. And that's why we are always keeping one eye on him. One of the benefits of a lazy eye. Oh, Schneed able to knock that ball down. We had to roll out because we were getting pressured, but if we could have just saw that and read it a little bit sooner, we could have probably completed that pass. And drilled again. Unblocked off the edge, and we did not diagnose it fast enough, so we're gonna have to pump this ball back to them. And we can actually kick a field goal from here if we wanted to, so we're gonna have to be careful not over kicking this. And Turpin actually decides to try to return it, and he's tackled at the 18. Good solid punt and good coverage there by us. Nice little self-compliment there is nice. And Quay Walker gets unblocked, but gets picked up, and that's going to be a pressure, but Will Anderson does not get credit for the sack. As we said at the beginning, we need to get him 5 sacks, forced fumbles, or tackles for loss to get him his development trait, and that's going to be a forced fumble, I believe, by Jahad Campbell, and Quay Walker, our other linebacker, picks it up for a short jog into the end zone. Our special teams and defense are looking really good so far this game. And good cover. That's going to be stopped at the 25-yard line. Good coverage by us. All right, let's see if we can get some Will Anderson stats here. I would like him to be X Factor. I'm not gonna force it by any means, but getting him X Factor would be huge for the team. And Turbin's too freaking fast. I don't think we're gonna be able to get him. He's open over the middle and he is gone. When you have that type of speed out there, that's something you always have to watch out for, and Kevontae Turpin takes it to the house. Cheeto just not able to keep up over the crosser, and they make us pay. Finally getting their first points on the board in the second quarter.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Sure. Whatever. I wonder if the computer in Madden will ever be smart enough to still kick that to us. They always kick it out the back of the end zone, giving us the ball at the 35. Like, it does not hurt to rough the kicker. It almost, if anything, helps. And he's overthrown by Jameis. Overthrown by Jameis. That would have been a huge. If he could have gotten that for a catch and run, that would have been huge play. And just kind of some weird stuff going on with the blocking there. We're stopped, and it's third and long here, 3rd and 8. Who are they going to bring? Who are they going to drop off? They drop off. Guys, they need to drop off. Primo breaks a tackle. And he's down on their side of the field. That's 45-yard line. Huge catch, huge broken tackle, and they couldn't wrap up. Burn my life. 5 kids. That's a joke. We're gonna chuck this deep, and Jameis gets drilled. We had some people open. He could not get the ball off, though, before getting absolutely rocked. Crosby breaks. Sack before. Again, but T is wide open. He beats his man for a touchdown. Max Crosby with an insane spin move. I saw it, had to get rid of it. Jameis has a long windup, but that is a touchdown. Jameis is sitting there like, where's the roughing the passer? It does not matter, though. T. Higgins for a 45-yard touchdown. All right, Brandon Aubrey kicking it deep. Will this be Smith? Yeah, so we need to kick it to this side because Turpin's on the other side. Smith, whoever this bum is on this side. I think real life Turpin might just be the sole kick returner. I don't even think they have 2 out there, which is an interesting take. Quay Walker is popped, but somehow Mac Jones is able to throw that ball without fumbling. It is dropped, however. Will Anderson off the edge. Turpin breaks a tackle, and it's 3rd and 2. They're going to do hurry up here.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And he's sacked. And that's Eric Armstead on the sack. You don't see much from him. More there for run stopping, but Eric Armstead, it's off his block and gets the sack there. And they're going to kick this ball, and there's plenty of time left. We still have our timeouts. This guy is 37, is lost and does not decide to block, and we're going to have a long ways to go, but we might be able to do that if we get a few different big plays here. I don't love this play, but we're going to hit Kyle Pitts over the middle and just run hurry up. They're only rushing. Oh. gotta diagnose that a little bit quicker if you're me. He throws that high, and Kyle Pitts gets absolutely drilled, and we're gonna have to be punting this ball back to them now. He absolutely drills this ball down all the way down to the 2-yard line, and we're gonna get backspin on it, and it's gonna go to the 19. Crazy backspin, crazy long punt. They got 15 seconds left. I doubt they're gonna try much here, but we still have to be on our P's and Q's to make sure they don't get anything here. Jod Campbell is in the backfield, first one to touch Jahmyr Gibbs, and that's gonna do it for the first half. Similar enough score to the Jaguars game. We're up 28-7 against Minnesota in Minnesota. All right, completely forgot. Not only are we up 3 scores, but we also get ball at half. Oh, and he gets tackled by the kicker, Will Lutz, but huge return by Dortch there. Let's see if we can break one long here with Booty. I don't know if we're gonna have the blocking, but Booty has him. Oh, and it's picked off. Sneed came back, threw it at both their stars. He's going to cut it out wide, and we get a tackle, but that was a dangerous throw by Jameis, and it's picked off. Will Anderson in there for the tackle with Cheeto, and that's going to be a short gain for Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs being forced out of bounds for another short catch as 1 yard on the catch. Fantasy football, that is 1.1 points due to PPR. Not sure if that is fair. You tell me. And Kittle can't pull it down. It goes off his fingertips. Questionable drop there by Kittle, but that's going to force 4th down. Mac Jones doing a great job so far, just getting the ball out of his hands and not taking sacks. The punter not doing a great job with his punts. Absolutely murders the ball out of bounds, and we get the ball at the 20-yard line. Let's try to get the run game going in the second half. It is just nothing's working. We're getting caught on our own guys. We just have not been able to get any blocks. And when we do, we run into our own blockers, Mark Sanchez style. And Max Crosby free off the edge. 3rd and 14, just like that. T. Higgins is being double teamed over there. What is going on? Kyle Pitts wide open. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Go, 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 go. Don't let him bind him catch you. He's gone. Kyle Pitts beats his man for a 84-yard touchdown. Flex on him. And we are now up 34-7 against the Minnesota Vikings. Make it 35. Three plays, 81 yards. And we're kicking it at Turpin, even though I said we shouldn't. That's Fluffy Fish Madden right there. Push him to the ground, little boy. Come on, son. All right, can we It Will Anderson a damn. Will Anderson can't get off the block there. He's getting shoved around. Jahad Campbell is having a day. Another tackle there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
And Sutton is forced out of bounds. Hard to bring him down there, but it's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And that's a forced fumble. Will Anderson on the sack and a forced fumble. Not sure if that counts as 2, but that is a huge play for Will Anderson. They do recover the ball, but we get the ball back here. Kind of takes him out of going for it range. And good field position to start this drive for Jameis Winston. Let's see if we can try to get something going in the run game. They have so many people in the box every time, getting off their blocks. We're not reading blocks very well, but that's probably the best run of the day. Doubles his yardage in one play, down to 2nd and inches. And this gives us a free couple plays to try something. Check down, just get the first down. Interesting concept here. Oh, we would have had a decent job there, but Nakobe Dean gets him. Decent gain available, but gets stopped short by Nakobe Dean. Give that to T, sure-handed. He'll catch that ball a little bit behind him, but that's okay. 3rd and 2 now, and Kyle Pitts wide open over the middle. He's gonna juke and go down to the 14-yard line. Kyle Pitts having a monster day. Kyle Pitts with another catch. Looks like he dropped it, but he didn't. He's down on the 7-yard line, 2nd and 3. They are double teaming T. Higgins, making sure he does not beat them. Oh my goodness. 3rd and 4. The run game is just not there today. In the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, T. Higgins. Another monster game for us here. That is gonna make it 42-7. Boom! Second time we popped that guy. This time it doesn't fumble, even though he went with the ball. Didn't drop it though. Didn't put it on the ground this time. Here's center. We just have to set this guy here, and that is an easy sack for Jahad Campbell. 5 sacks on the day for the team. Jahad has a couple himself. The center does not know what to do, and they cannot go under center. And we are instantly on them with a user tackle for a loss. And that's gonna. There's 2 minutes left in the game. We're up 42-7. That's more. 3rd and 21. It's probably gonna do it. Probably gonna do it for them. Yeah. Eric Armstead and Abdul Carter combined for a sack there. They're down on their own 3-yard line. Punting the ball, 4th and 30. We hit the punter. No. That's going to be their ball back. 4th and 30. Doesn't matter. We just absolutely drilled the punter.
Personal foul. Roughing a kicker. Defense.
Absolutely drilled the punter, and they get the ball back. What a mistake by the defense there, special teams. Knocks it loose. What a play by Isaiah Rodgers.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Boom! Will Anderson laying down the fucking law.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
And we're double teaming Will Anderson. This team learned from past teams' mistakes. We cannot let him free off the edge. We cannot let him beat us.
A gain of 16 yards.
As they've been blocking him, chipping him with George Kittle every play. And that's another. We might start taking timeouts so that we might have a chance with Will Anderson here to get the X Factor dev trait. I didn't want to force it, but we might be getting to that point. And I think we are. We're going to take a timeout here so that we can get. I think we might be a play short here. Let's see. Carson Wentz is now in. Their backup is now in at quarterback. Didn't even notice that. And that is drilled right when he was going to throw the ball. He's going to punt us the ball back, and that's going to do it. I do not think we're going to get X Factor for Will Anderson in this game. I don't think he had enough opportunities for it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he ended up getting it. As we break a solid return by Isaiah Rodgers, it's not going to matter. We're going to end up winning this game 42-7, but either way, solid return, and the Vikings now fall to 1-2 on the season as the Bengals go 3-0. Let's check out the stats, and then that's going to do it for this week's video. Let's take a deeper dive. So Jameis Winston with a 68% completion percentage, 280 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Let's head over to the rushing. It was a down week for Derrick Henry. Only 8 rushes. It wasn't working early, so we abandoned it. 16 yards. He did get a touchdown in the red zone. However, receiving Kyle Pitts, it was his game. 157 yards and a touchdown. Had an 84-yard touchdown in there as well. T. Higgins had a couple of touchdowns for 70 yards, and that's about it. Now, when you look on the defensive side, tackles for loss, Jihad Campbell had 4 sacks. Jihad also led the game with 2. Will Anderson had half a sack in there as well. So, huge game for the defense. A little bit down week on the sack numbers, but still a great game as they learned that they cannot let Will Anderson free off the edge or he will wreck the entire game. But we have other people on the defensive line that will more than make up for Will Anderson being double teamed. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, go down below, give me a like. That will be a huge help. And if you want to, every week we post this every Sunday. So subscribe for more, turn the notification bell on so you can be notified when it is uploaded, and comment anything, any suggestions that you might have for future episodes. Until next time, see ya.